On today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this sound. Hello and welcome back. This is Lucas Palmeira from Imaginando, and I'm here to bring you back those tutorials that we normally give you here on Imaginando. We've been, as you probably guessed now, we've been on a hiatus due to coronavirus. So we hope you guys are staying safe at home like we are trying to do. But as things come, we are now going back to the tutorials and we have something new for you today. What we're going to do now is we're going to start some new series of videos and tutorials, but based on our latest product called FRMS, a hybrid subtractive FM granular synthesizer that we hope is of your liking. So what we have planned for these tutorials is that we're gonna try and in each tutorial find something new to record and try and develop a new sound that we can use afterwards based on those recordings. So let's get right into it. And here we have what we're going to use for the sound today. This is a Thunder Toys, quite an amusing little piece of noise generator, and it has loads of sounds. But first, as you can see, I have here two condenser microphones. This was the condenser microphones that I had here on our office, and I decided to use this two condensers on an AB form so we can get some kind of stereo effects and some stereo imaging. So let's start recording. Okay, so for starters, since we have two microphones and they're both different, what I'm going to do is start by equalizing the first one, listening to the first one and filtering what I don't need. So I'm going to open an equalizer here, and I can see I've got quite a lot of low rumble that I don't need here. Now for the other microphone, I'm going to do the same thing. Both here. I can see I have less signal on the right one than on the first one. If you want to make a real stereo recording, of course you should use two calibrated equal microphones, but we're doing sound design, so I'm not really worried about it. What I want is for it to be consistent, and I think we have it. So now I'm going to cut this. I'm going to put it here. Next, I'm going to grab this, listen to it, and choose what I want from here. Either the first, I like the first or the last one. Since I have so much noise here, I'm going to try and do something, which is do some noise reduction here on this sample. So Let's see if I can manage to do this on Audacity. Okay, and now I can get this profile of noise, generate noise reduction, get noise profile, and now let's get this preview. Much better. Okay. Now we save. Let's solo toy left. Okay. And now let's close this. And now I'll do the same for this one. Now export audio. Let's call it solo toy R. Okay. So now, still not here, media, and I want to put it left here and right here. Okay. So we should have the sounds that we want. Now without the rumble, because we have the equalizers working here. But I probably will want to filter this less. Okay, I'm going to put the same equalizer on both. Okay, so now let's cut this to exactly where we want it. And I'm going to cut it to here. Perfect. And the end. Okay. I'm going to make a small fade out. Just a small fade out, and now I'll go for the other sound. I just wanted the first one. It's trying to play me a joke. Okay. And now we cut this one from here. And we have our second sound. So now let's put it there. I'm gonna delete this because I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna save it as our edit. And left and right. Okay, so now what I can do is freeze both tracks and now flatten both. So I have the processing done on both tracks. Gonna consolidate this. Consolidate this, and here we have our sample. And the other one. Okay, so the only thing that's left is for us to export each of the sounds. So what I'm going to do is got this selected, export, and I'm gonna call it Thunder Toy 1. Okay, and now for the second one, Thunder Toy 2. Okay, so now we have our two samples here, and what we have to do now is open a clean live set.
and open our frame synthesizer, and now load to the first layer our first sound. Okay, and now here we have it. Gonna open the window a little bit more. And first thing, I'm gonna turn the offset a little bit off so I can randomize a little bit of the start of the sample. So right now it's starting here, but I'm gonna increase the random a little bit. I'm going to randomize the density as well a little bit, and the size. Here with the random color, I'm going to bring it down a little bit so that the values that are being randomized don't go as high as they were. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to try and tune a sound from our oscillator to try and make a drone while this is playing, that it's kind of in tune. So I'm going to turn the second layer into an oscillator. And here I have it. And now let's find a nice tone for this. I'm actually going to change the layer 1. I'm going to put this sound from layer 1, I'm going to copy, and now paste it onto layer 3. You'll see now in a second. So we have now the sound, the parameters pasted onto layer 3. Now I'm going to copy the sample and do the same as well. So now I have it playing on layer 3 and on layer 1. And now I'm going to copy the first sound on layer 2 to the layer 1. So now I have the bass on layer 1. This means I can put another oscillator on layer 2. One octave higher. And now I'm going to turn off the FM synthesizer on the first algorithm, and I'm going to do a little bit of FM between the first oscillator and the second oscillator. And I do that by increasing on the second layer the FM knob. And what I'm going to do now to give it a little bit of emotion is go to the matrix and modulate with an LFO the amount of FM sent from the second oscillator to the first one. Using the first LFO, now I'm going to give it a little bit of reverb to the first layer. Okay, now I'm going to turn it off for now so we can work on the rest of the sound, and let's go to the fourth layer and use the second sound. So I've got nothing here. I'm going to load up the second sample. Okay, gonna filter it a little bit. Like this. I'm gonna turn on the third layer as well. Now we have this pulsating sound that I'm gonna make it synchronized with the BPMs of the song, so it's playing at 120 about it. Okay, now it is. This I want it even. This one I want it synced. One beat. With this stereo, so I can randomize a little. I just want a little bit of randomizing on the stereo part. And give it a little bit of delay. Turn off the feed, bring down the feedback. Increase the time. Now let's turn on the first sound. So I have the note. Trying to tune both. Let's tune this one. Okay. I'm gonna filter a little bit the first sound. Here I have it. If I take all the reverb out, a little bit of resonance. Just bring down the volume of this sound a little bit. Increase the FM on the second oscillator. And I think we have quite a cavernous sound with loads of texture. As you can see, loads of stereo. We might still want to bring down a little bit this, so I would put it about here. If we take the FM part, we only have the sounds that we worked on. Or we can turn on our drone here, and we have this one. And this was it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this sound. We're gonna do a lot more of this. This is basically our first one, so we're trying out new setup and new ways of delivering you these tutorials, since we're basically showing off loads of different things and it has loads of different subjects to talk about. But I'm sure that we will get there eventually with new tutorials coming up. So guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and we will see you again next week. Goodbye.